Good morning. I think there are still a few of you who I haven't met. So I'm Ilsa Cantola. I'm a postdoc at the university, and thanks to my misleadingly youthful appearance when I started here in January, Karen's unrelenting encouragement, I was sort of absorbed into the campus ministry group and have been stuck ever since. But when we started planning our student-led service, we discussed themes that are important to our campus ministry group that we might want to share with you, and we built our readings for the service and our hymns around those themes. When we were thinking about how we wanted to express to you some of what campus ministry is, in addition to simply leading the service, and fresh in our minds was the spring break trip to the Sea Islands of South Carolina, which is the biggest trip of the campus ministry year. But I didn't go along on that trip, and so I'm going to let Allie share some of the remembrances from that trip and tell you about it. And I wanted to show you that the trip is really the culmination of the activities that campus ministry students undertake throughout the year, and to thank all of you for being a part of the campus ministry family. I've thought a lot about the different ways that a person can be called to the service of God, and how for each person it can be different depending on how you perceive God in the world around you. Three things that campus ministry has been focusing on in the last year are building our community, social justice, and taking an invigorated faith out into the world. But I think all of these things fall under that umbrella of Christian service, and that campus ministry has the opportunity to express this both within our church family and out in the wider community. And firstly, and most often, campus ministry students act in service of each other. The flags outside our building tell everyone that we are an open and affirming church, and within it, the campus ministry offers a chance for students to gather with their peers in that safe space. The students you see in church on a regular basis are only part of a larger campus ministry family, which includes some students who don't attend the church services. You've seen some of them at our sweetheart dinners, or popping up on Karen's Facebook during winter retreat, or flitting in and out of Karen's office here at the church. The bonds that build between the members of campus ministry inside this church are strengthened by little everyday rituals, cooking together, teaching each other songs, or just sharing quiet study time here within the church. We count among our number some former students whose influence we can still feel in the activities that we carry on and the traditions that we perform when we're doing retreat or sharing some of the songs that we learn within the group. Secondly, the campus ministry works in service of others in our community. Since last August, the members of campus ministry have participated in the canteen run, potlucks for the LGBT organization on campus, representing community UCC at campus functions, and just this Friday, appearing at the Hug-In up on Green Street and making cookies for the Shelter for Women in Transition in Champaign. I think that the campus ministry group tends to attract the type of folk who feel a call to service, but enthusiasm is contagious, and one person's confidence can lead others on that path. I have been impressed at the myriad ways that our students are involved in campus life and the perpetual drive to share a little love with our brothers and sisters in this community. And thirdly, and this is where all of you contribute even more to campus ministry, we have the opportunity to take our service out of the community to help others. The members of this church play a big role in this in a number of ways, certainly through your financial support of our fundraising efforts, but just as importantly, by being our church family here in Champaign-Urbana when we venture out. We know we're in your prayers when we travel away from here, and when we identify ourselves as a part of community UCC, we are remembering this congregation as a whole, and we seek to make you proud of us as well. Having that solid foundation, the group of people looking out for each other and supporting each other, is a powerful thing. Whether it be two people in the campus ministry den, a room full of campus ministry people at a university function, or a congregation of people sending their love to another community through the hands of our students. That's the love we hope to take out into the world and share with those around us when we step out of the doors of this church.
Hello, I'm Allie Majersic. I haven't had a chance to meet everyone, but I have made a couple announcements sometimes, so you know that I am a member of Campus Ministry's SET team, Student Executive Team. This is my first time giving a sermon, so I'm just getting the hang of it, so be gentle. And I'm basing my ideas for this mostly off of my experience giving a talk for a retreat in high school, and I got to lead that twice, and for both times the preparation was actually one of the best parts, because it was rewarding to work so hard and so closely with my peers for something that was not just for ourselves. The retreats were organized around the retreatants, but we still got a lot more out of it in retrospect. And the past year with Campus Ministry has been very much like that for me. And a couple people probably know this story, so bear with me. But the first time I came to this building was because of my dear friend and my co-set team member, Meg. Our freshman year, after knowing each other for maybe a month and a half, she brought me here to Campus Ministry, to a Campus Ministry event a few weeks before Halloween. When we walked over, I had a couple anxious questions for her. Would it be weird that I wasn't from a UCC church? Would it be weird to join the group? Would it be weird because I didn't know anybody but her? And she assured me that no, everything was going to be fine and it was going to be fun. And as you can probably guess, I'm a bit of a worrier. So it was fine. And it actually went how a lot of Campus Ministry events do, starting off with electrical difficulties. We tried to watch a movie in the basement and to set the mood for our corn maze adventure, and the projector would not work, and none of us could figure out how to use it. So instead of actually watching a movie, we just sat and talked for a while, which was so nice, and everyone was so funny and so kind, and I obviously did not have anything to worry about. And so then when we actually went to this corn maze, even though I was in a group of people who I'd only known for a couple hours, it was one of the most fun nights of my freshman year. And I started going with Meg to more of these events, and I got to know her friends there, and they became my friends too. And so I went to church with her a couple times, and I even helped with student-led last spring, although if you told me that a year from then I'd have a much bigger role in the service, I don't think I would have believed you. But I definitely would have been worried about it. So as last year finished, a lot of the friends that I'd made in Campus Ministry left. Some got other parts in different organizations, but mostly they graduated. So fast forward through the summer and the school starts again, but this time Campus Ministry is much smaller. It was Meg and I had our first set meeting with Karen, and it was just the two of us and Karen. A lot of our events last fall were like that. It was just the three of us. And it was interesting because we got lucky that way because the people who did come decided to stay with us. And on fall retreat was one of the most strong spiritual events in my life, and it was an experience that only 5 of us got to have. And it was one of the moments that we had at the very beginning of the year that sort of helped me realize that even though Campus Ministry was almost completely rebuilding, that didn't have to be a bad thing. On breakaway, we did some literal rebuilding. I'm so sorry for that segue. We made hurricane-proof shutters, we built a porch, we broke apart tree stumps and wooden fences so they could fit in giant trash bins. We basically, whatever they had for us, we did whatever they had for us. And we used power tools in the rain, and we jumped on unstable piles of trash to compact it. And neither of those things was a good idea, so don't follow in our footsteps. We were probably not the most careful or the most knowledgeable volunteers that Rural Missions had, but we were devoted and we wanted to help. We woke up every morning before 6 a.m. Central Time, and we gathered together, and then we went and we worked. And we came home grateful to have our dinner prepared for us, and grateful to have the company of a lot of women, or Lolas, as I was told by Andy to call them, from these women from all over South Carolina. And from our working days to our relaxation days, I have important memories with everyone from that trip. I loved walking along the beach with Mallory, navigating the car and talking about gender norms with Willie, fangirling over Alea's band, constant sassiness with Andy, and staying up all night giggling with Jacob, driving Meg crazy. Breakaway was an incredible experience for me, and I'm so lucky to have gotten the opportunity to go with this special group of people. This year was my first one, but I hope that it will be the first of a few breakaways and the first of many years spent with my friends in campus ministry. We all came back from that trip to this campus, which was the same as we left it, even though we had changed. This campus that is constantly expanding and building and growing, just like we are. We came back to our old friends, and we came back with some new friends. Breakaway with Campus Ministry is something so unique and formative, and every group, every year, is different. And hold on, I lost the last page of my speech, so I'm gonna be... It's fine, I can just wing it. And every group is so different that I am so lucky to have been on this one, and I can't wait to do the next one. And even though we started so small that past fall, we are so lucky to have the people here with us who decided to go on retreats with us. We have Ilsa and Kayla and Trevor who came on our winter retreat, and we have Laura and Pierre who came with us on our fall retreat and made it so special. Andy, who came with us on Breakaway and Winter Retreat, and we have Jacob, who came on Breakaway, and Alex is here, but he has not been on a retreat with us, but we will get him next semester, I'm pretty sure. And then, of course, there's Meg, who has been with me on this whole crazy campus ministry journey, and I am so grateful for her.
Amen.